Alright, folks, welcome back. It is day 2 with HanziHero. Yesterday was our inaugural day, or first start, right, with our introduction. 欢迎大家回来。今天是第二天 right? Um, relatively short, right? Relatively short. However, we can see that much like Wanikani, we have our pips. So today it looks like the pip is going to mature in a way. So we'll see what we get. It was relatively short yesterday, and perhaps it'll be on the shorter side. Then we could squeeze in some. It's all dependent. Trying to fill out the length of everything. And of course, in the sense of this app, you can literally regulate lots of things, and we're going to keep it all on default setting for the time being. So regular days, 10 items a day. Curious what that 10 items mean. So if it's 10 items a day, and that would mean the session of this is relatively shorter compared to the prescribable max limit of Wanikani today. So we'll see. It might be a different feel, it might be a different like cadence, right? So let's get into it. Let's get into our lessons today, which is different from review. So when it says 10 lesson, it's not the same as 10 reviews. So there are 20 things to do because it was 10 reviews from yesterday, and then there are 10 lessons, new lessons each day, I would say, if we're keeping at this pace. So let's go on.
E.
Okay, I don't remember the color coding. Yes, maybe the color coding is consistent. If not, we're gonna have to get used to the color coding too. So E, here are all the components, right? We got introduced to how they're gonna... Yoshi, okay, so they're gonna use Yoshi, the Mario. And then they had the system of determining the tone by position with respect to the location in order to figure out the pinyin. Right. So, okay. And then here comes that weird sound.
E.
It's a really weird sound. I don't think the sound is necessary. So, E, right? The E initial in pinyin is quite unique without any final. It is pronounced similar to the E sound in English. However, when paired with the final, the actual E sound, like the English word, is yeah. Huh? Becomes a little bit more apparent. Yeah. Sort of. Sometimes. Dependent, yeah. When paired with a final, sometimes, not all the time. I don't feel that's to be true. Or I don't hear it that way. The name Yoshi also begins with the letter Y, so we choose to we choose him to represent this initial. Yoshi is a video game character dinosaur. Yeah, I guess more or less Yoshi is a dinosaur, known for his distinctive green skin. He has a tongue that can extend to great lengths to grab objects. He can also make eggs on demand to use as projectiles to hit enemies, or form an egg around himself to protect himself from danger. That last bit, must be a new age thing. Learn about Yoshi. So we got Yoshi, Bugs Bunny, and what am I missing? Patrick Star? Okay. Alright, here are some examples you will learn in the future that includes the sound, so you see how the sound fits into the characters. Yi, ye, yo, yi. Let me hear them. Whoops. That's not what you're supposed to be clicking.
E. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo.
yo,
Yo.
yo,
E.
yi. the whatever they're using for generation is kind of like a little bit questionable as well. So, how are we typing this? Hold up. Right. So that we don't need the hyphen, but I'm gonna practice
一
typing the hyphen. So 1 is outside the entrance. Okay, so we have inside something and bathroom. No, not bathroom. We have inside house. Oh no, I don't remember what the tone 2 thing is. Guess we'll find out again how to reinforce. So, right, high, low, high and flat. It doesn't necessarily mean it's extremely high, just relatively higher than the other tones. Yes, that's pretty much what that means. I agree. The first or high tone will represent with the outside of whatever place our mnemonic is. This is usually by directly outside the entrance, but anyway, outside should work. Anywhere outside should work, okay? 1, 3, 7, 8, 凹
1 3 7 8凹
Oh man, heckin' Tetris pieces. He chose both the dude chose both the Tetris pieces already. So I guess we only have to type 1 for this. Okay. Okay. 1 stroke that represents the ground. Oh hey, commonality. Oh, we're gonna have interactions between Wanikani and HanziHero as well. 1 large stroke that represents the ground on which we stand. Indeed. In this case, it could be a coincidence, right? Here, but we're not banking on coincidences here. Here are some characters you will learn in the future that includes this component. Can you see where the component is within each line? Right, Yi, San. I don't know what proclaim is. Xia. Xia and Gu. No. Oh no, it's Huo. Oops, I shouldn't click on these things. It leads to like the reference page. It's fine, we'll learn them at some point. So, this ground. Oh, I keep missing the R. Oh, but they do accept typos. That's fine. That's a good thing to know. What is this for? Blue is for components. Yeah, blue is a component, right? And then red is vocabulary. Yeah. And then we have sounds in light blue. Yes, alright. Alright. So our mnemonic is, so Yoshi is outside of something. Yoshi is in front of the house. Oh, because the house is it's the no final. Right. So Yoshi is in front of the house, digging horizontal 1s into the ground. Oh, interesting lines. Into the house. Oh man, the vocabulary part is kind of still weird. Like the companion one was pretty rough too, where you're thinking of 2 moon companions in order to know Peng. And then this one is a little tough too, like the way it's represented. I almost feel like there may require some sort of separation from having them side by side with no separator. I get the brackets. The brackets kind of help here, but I'm not sure about how digging horizontal 1s or ground, not ground into, and then there's the component, right? That's the component. Into the ground of the lawn by scooping out soil with one broken green spotted egg. Oh, because of Yoshi. Digging. Yoshi is in front of the house, digging horizontal. That's kind of rough. That's a rough one. I kind of am getting used to the way they're building their mnemonics. I kind of like it. Hold up. Gotta blow my nose. It's definitely a little bit more elaborate. However, very difficult to get used to. We'll see how the system ends up working over time. Examples. Here are examples of and then vocabulary are in purple. Right. Vocabulary words you will learn in the future that includes this character. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I tai. I tai. I tong. I tong. I yang. Okay. Did I enter the pronunciation? Yoshi in front of the house, right? Wait. What part of the thing do we need to remember in terms of writing? So Yoshi in front of the house is the thing, right? House means there's a hyphen. So there's no final. But E, how do you end up getting E with no, how do you end up getting the I in E? Outside of the house.
一
Yeah, the Y and then the hyphen in the house is kind of conflicting with the idea of having to type out the Yi as in the I. That's a little confusing. I'm not sure how I feel about that. We'll have to negotiate it ourselves. And then the meaning.
人
Ren. Okay, Ren. We have Robin Hood. Interesting. Alright. Robin Hood. Infirmary. For N. I see N. Infirmary. Ren. And then inside the house, yeah. Or inside the main room. Does it have to be the main room entirely? Oh, here comes the weird sound effect.
日
Okay. R is somewhat similar to the R sound in English. Not. But however, the tongue position of the R sound in Pinyin is slightly different. It's supposed to be the R sound. I don't know. That's a little deceptive. The name Robin Hood also begins with an R, so we'll choose Robin Hood to represent this initial. Robin Hood is a legendary outlaw known for robbing from the rich to give to the poor. He is usually dressed in green garb with a bow in hand. He most certainly does. Here are some example. Okay, let's see. 热, 人, 然, 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 sorry, 然, 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 容,
日任冉然
然
容
Rong. Okay. The sound, right? So this is the initial.
日 N
So N, so Ren. The N sound in Pinyin is identical to the N sound in English where it's moment. Ment. Ent. Okay. This sound has parentheses because letters may be omitted when... Yes, we remember that part. So. Moment. Unt. Yeah. Unt. So, what's another one? And then they wanted to use en. So examples of n, like no. Wow, that's actually kind of tough. Moment. Ment. Ent. That's. I have some that are kind of close, but I don't think they're that close. The pronunciation of in at the beginning of the word infirmary is extremely close to the N final production. I don't think so. So we choose the in infirmary to represent the final. In infirmary is another word for hospitalness, where the ill are cared for. From the front, you can see the large multi. Okay, so now they're picking a new location. N can be different. So, infirmary. That kind of suggests this would be in. So like, ren, that's great. But then there's like, un. I'll see if there's any more pronunciation components. Building complete with a red cross above the main entrance door and a nice manicured lawn and garden. Inside is a large sick ward with many cot beds full of recovering patients. The basement contains the mental wards and operating rooms. The bathroom is quite large and is often full of nurses or those dressing their wounds in front of the sink. Fair enough, some imagery. What the heck? Oh, I see how they're doing this. They're talking about the in part. Just the in part. Because this is in. No wait. Pin. I don't know what this is.
Pin
Pin. Okay, so it's still E. I wasn't sure if there was a change after P. Ping.
真
真 圆
云
云 I 真 yin. I'm not sure about that one. That one's a little weird. So there's yen, yuan, yin, yen.
云
I don't know about this one. This one's a little. I have to check some of these now.
寻
Shin, Shen. Hang on. Let's see what Uh, I also have to get used to looking at traditional. That's not it. But this will work though. Dang it. What happens if I type this in?
寻二
They pronounce the they pronounce it too, but
寻二
Xing? Really? Oh, now I'm so confused with the other one. Oh, Yun and Xing?
云寻
Hmm. Oh, we're gonna have to play it by ear. And Zhen,
真
Yun and Yun? Okay. I'll write a note to myself for that one. Any more references? Okay. What did I use?
N
And it could be a special thing with Y and X. It looks just like a person, right? Walking from side to side and their legs are comically. Yeah. This is Wanikani. Actually almost verbatim. This looks like it's almost verbatim. Even the word choices and the sentence structure. Okay. Wow, that's kind of cute. Prisoner? Prisoner is a caged person. I can't. Qiu? That looks like Qiu. No, Qiu? Can't see it because I don't quite like the diagonal thing. It's very, it has to be a different color. They have to swap up the colors because it's very difficult to see the tone mark when it's scratched out. I understand that it becomes this when you actually have access to it, but it's still, legibility is really not great. Interesting to use. I don't know what that is either. Third. Oh. So this is a component.
人
Right? 人. So what? Robin Hood inside the main room infirmary. Robin Hood is inside the sick hall of the infirmary. Okay, so it's inside any room, right? In the infirmary, disguised as a normal person, he goes and pickpockets all the rich doctors and give their pocket change to sick and poor person who's inside. I guess he is a good person. That's a little questionable. Then, okay. Inside in for infirmary. Da Ren. I don't actually know. 人 something. 人口. Okay. Oh, hey. Neat. Oh, that's where the coal. Yeah, the coal lines up, of course. Right, because we know it's onyomi. And then we have. Are you serious? That's worker? Oh no, it's the reverse. So if you flip artificial, jinko, the other way around, it becomes a worker in Chinese. That's kind of funny. 做人 no 工人 yeah 工人 not 做 yeah 工作 right 工人 interesting 工人 which makes sense 工人 女人 okay 人 interesting. Okay. So what we can do
人
人 and meaning. Oh. Alright, let's do the quiz. Component name. Okay, component names use translation. It doesn't. Oh. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be ground. My bad. That's supposed to be ground. That's annoying. Ground. So that's supposed to be our initial.
一
The component name. N
，n
日
日
日 there. Character pronunciation. 人
人
character meaning. This is red. So E
一
E outside is 2. It's 1. I need to slow down. Deliberate. What was 2? 2 was inside a main room. And then 4. Or had something to do with a bathroom. I don't remember. This is gonna take a bit. The component name. Let's just type in ground. Side is 1. Okay. Okay. Sure. Legolas. Alright. I'm on board with this. Electricity plant. E. Okay, and then the roof. Neutral is roof. Huh.
呃
Like and yeah. The word electricity also starts with E, so we can choose in electricity. So I was kind of thinking they were going to use locations where they also have these same same sound as well. Electricity to represent this final. However, keep in mind that the pronunciation of In electricity, E in electricity, and the pronunciation of sound in pinyin isn't the same in most cases. All throughout the electricity plant, you may encounter advanced electrified devices and robots. I think the wording's a little weird too. From the front, you'll see the large brick electricity plant with some protective wires and fences. Inside is a large bare floor with fire-powered generators lighting the walls. Fire-powered. The basement has a bunch of wires and electricity plant items. The bathroom has electric wires hanging from the ceiling. Alright, sure. Here are some examples you will learn in the future that includes the sound. Can you see? Yeah. Share. Sure. Sure. Tie.
贴
Yeah. Or yeah.
叶
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's fine. And then the.
的
Okay, they're still fine. So it was a X and a Y situation. Oh, I gotta remember those. Yeah, my first inclination is yeah, but
叶
yeah instead of yeah, right? Yeah. I didn't really explain that yet.
的
Like the difference between the finals here.
了
A bit of a. I'm not sure how that's going to be resolve itself. Okay, the L sound in Pinyin is pronounced the same as the L sound in English. Yo, Legolas, no, wait. I guess. The L in the name Legolas is pronounced the same as this initial, kind of. So we choose Legolas. That's a little bit of a stretch to represent it. Legolas is an elf from the Lord of the Rings. He is known for his exceptional senses, his skill with bow, sword, and bow and arrow. That's a lot of ands. He accompanies Frodo on his quest to destroy the One Ring. Le. Lay. Le. Lay. La. La. Lay.
了雷拉拉泪
They all start with the same initial, so that's fine. Okay, sure. So,
了
okay. And then the roof. This tone is a light and short tone. Just keep it short and extend the pitch of the previous tone within a sentence. It's more like a rhythm within the language. Very few characters have the fifth tone when read in isolation, so we choose the most strange and special location of any place, the roof, since we seldom go there. Yeah, that's fair. Or the basement? I don't know. Here are some examples, right? The, the, la, ne. Wait, no. Sorry, no, ne. The, la, ne. The, no, the, ja. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So 5. Okay. Armless child. Oh, that's the. Oh, I see what you're doing for armless child. It's child without an arm. I see. This component depicts an armless child. The bottom line that ends in a hook is the torso and foot, where the flat line at the top depicts a head, or perhaps some shoulders. Yeah, fair enough. Smooth. Interesting. Cook? Oh, I don't think I even have this. Huh. So harmless child. That's a very specific,
the
but oh, the for did. Okay, the entire mnemonic. Legolas visiting electricity plant. Legolas is on the roof of electricity plant, saving an armless child. Legolas is on the roof of the electricity plant where he finds a strange armless child. The armless child runs into him and scuffs his elvish boots. Legolas cannot believe it just did that. It just did that. Boy. So he kicks the armless child off the roof and it lands in a soft patch in the grass below. Some onlookers and even Legolas cannot believe he just did such a heartless thing. I'll say that's kind of out of character. It is kind of ridiculous though. I approve. It's at Wanla. I'm not sure if that's Wanla. Probably Wanla. Wanla. Here's Wanla. Fall. Fell through. It is so hard to see. Yeah, this we know. Tula. Tula. That's all. What does that look like? That doesn't look like anything. Okay.
the
Okay. Let's do our quiz. Okay. The component name. Harmless child. Pronunciation. 5.
the
Roof. 5. L initial. Final. And now we have 10 reviews. Intriguing. So these things do not correspond. Oh yeah, we didn't do our reviews yet. That's why. But the component name is written the moon. Pronunciation. That's 4.
Ooh.
Oh no, I'm not using the mnemonics at all. What was this one? Like, I don't know what the thing was for this. I don't know what the mnemonic was for that. House. Oh, house. No finals. Inside main house is 2. A main room. Component name is still not. Oh, no. Oh, slight typo. No, right. The no sign. That's right. No sign. English manner is 4. Oh, no, it's not. It's a final.
翁
Patrick is P initial.
托
Cool. Dogs is boo.
乌
Is bathroom 4? Did I get this wrong last time? Oh no, it's not. Bathroom is 4. Okay. How did this work? Patrick Dar was in the mansion, the English manor, with his 2 moon companions. Is the thing that gets you hung.
腾
Okay. Nice. That's it? Yeah, this one is much shorter for the time being because we're ramping up, right? How much time do we have? It's already after midnight. Dang. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if tomorrow is shorter. We're not gonna be able to do it. I'm really tired. 10 for this feels good, right? How do we compare this to Wanikani? So the lessons include all of these things. So they're stuck at I'm gonna get 10 lessons no matter what per day, right? Wanikani today was either 20 or 30 because we had batches of 5. I think it was like 25, something like that. So that was double the length, but we had a lot of conversation and whatnot, so we would subtract like an hour and a half. I think we can make time, even on the long end for now. Hour today, I think we're gonna have to take a skip. Tomorrow is largely going to be review, right? So we'll probably be able to free up some time. And this one seems like 10 is the... Oh, our review might increase though. The amount of review might go up. Here's the review for today. Oh, that's right. It's after midnight. So tomorrow there might not even be anything. Oh, wait. Hold up. Today is Thursday. I can't tell. Intriguing. Oh, I had to play it by ear. It's kind of hard to tell. So this is saying we have 13 either today or tomorrow. It's around midnight, so it's very difficult to know how to read this. These are not proliferated yet because there's not enough data, or like there's not enough unlocked stuff, and they're doing it for every day, so it's very consistent. What were our choices? Interesting. Okay. Okay. So let's write out. So let's get normalized to this. So this was Yoshi. This is English manner. This is Robin Hood. Outside. The roof. The roof. The roof and electricity plant. Legolas. These are component names. So this is still a person. Ground. And armless child. We can probably make a mnemonic with these in an elaborate way ourselves as well. And then maybe like substitute some mnemonics here and there once we get used to the keywords. And then these are definitions and pinyin, right? So this is le 5. I'll use the number system as opposed to the markers. We can transition to the markers at any time. And it would be something like Legolas is in the electric plant on the roof, seeing an armless child. La. Right? And then la is did. Right? Then we have Ren. Robin Hood. Ren. Robin Hood is still in the... Wait. Am I missing infirmary? Oh, this must be... Oh, that's not English manner. Whoops. This is infirmary. This is and then English manner is already completed. That's why it's not on here. Right, English manner is... So we gotta make sure I don't mix that up. So then it's Robin Hood in the infirmary. Or Ren. Oh, then I have to connect it to... Which 2 is inside. So Robin Hood is inside, right? The infirmary. Inside the infirmary, taking or stealing and giving to a person. How does that work? And then giving it to the person? Taking from people to I forgot how that connects. Oh, I guess it just leads to that in the components. You don't necessarily have to pigeonhole these things, but somehow they did, and I don't remember how. So I gotta pay attention to the near end stuff later as we move forward. And then there's Yoshi. Oh, the Yoshi one was tough to mix. There's some like English troubles. So Yoshi is outside. Yoshi is outside of the house, which house doesn't have anything anymore because we completed house as well. So a house, right? House. Outside of the house. Outside of the house. Digging lines into the ground with a broken shell, right? That's green spot shell. With a green spotted shell. Like. The last part is kind of weak. I think it's very tough. It's tough, I think, largely at the moment because the components and the characters are the same for the time being. However, it may be different. The stuff will be built up once. It's a little awkward in the beginning, kind of like Wanikani too. It's a little awkward in the beginning because you have to differentiate between the components and the characters. So like the sound and or right the read, the reads are being distinguished from the radicals, or quote unquote radicals, or the components in the Hanzi, right? The characters, and they're the same across. So it can be a little bit weird. I think the mnemonics have a limitation for that in terms of how well it flows. So for now, that's not too bad. Not too bad. And this stuff, we don't have to really write anything. And components are components. And then we have the three characters. Le, Ren, Yi, and two others. What was yesterday's? Oh, Peng. Peng and Bu. Right, so Peng and Bu. Can I do anything with that right now? To build a mnemonic on top of that? No, I can't. They're pretty random. Well, you have Ren, right? Ren. Yeah, Ren. And Peng. And then Bu doesn't help. We have E. Those are kind of forming something, an idea. Bu and Le. These are and these are grouped together too. Le and Bu. These are functional. Okay, that's not too bad. They actually cluster into two groups already. As we're going. At this rate, it kind of looks like this ramps up really fast. I'm not sure if putting the 10 lesson limit is gonna I can see once you establish all the sounds, right, it can be very, very quick. So there's a ramp up period once you have the sound components, because there's only a limited number of sounds, although it's going to take a bit. How much is that? Maybe somewhere around north of, if they're using the Maryland method in a way, like this infirmary represents a lot of the pinyin possible finals, and then so is like represents a lot. So I'm guessing anywhere, it's pretty small, probably manageable enough within the first month, possibly month or two, to get all the sounds, and then it's a pretty big ramp up because you'll be dropping these for this, and you're relying on mnemonics to create these. Neat. I like it. So right now for our schedule, we're having a problem. I think I might end up doing off-stream prep. We're probably gonna try to limit our Duolingo streams, possibly. I still have to do the review regardless of what time or day. So what I'm gonna do is, right now we're gonna keep WK and HanziHero as is. WK might need a time limitation. We might have to limit our time. Or we have like a skip schedule on Duo. So what I mean by that is there are going to be days that are long and there are going to be days that are shorter. Largely dealing with the volume, and it's going to be dependent on Duo. And I'm still going to prioritize doing the unit if I can squeeze in a day or two here and there. I have a buffer zone of 2 weeks right now with all the other projects, right? I have to start these two have to be reviewed. I have to do our it's looking like it's gonna be a either 3 or 4 day review, and they're gonna follow these, so that's going to be really tough. So they're probably gonna be a 4-day review cycle. 4 parts. That would be, we're gonna say 2 weeks with a break in between. So when I accomplish that, I have to do this before the end of January. How long is that? What is today's date? It's the 9th. So I have to do the review before the end of January. So it has to be like 2 weeks before the end of January. So the latest... Ooh. The latest I have is... I have 9 days left. Roughly about 9 days. We got to do the review. That still leaves a cushion. At most, we have 16 days before the review must be done. For both. Both the reviews have to be done. Okay. So I still got a day or a couple days to play out this to see how the volume goes. Likely we're gonna put in a time limit, or maybe like an objective, a volume objective. It's either gonna be a time limit or a volume objective. Like finish the lessons, save the reviews. Like we'll do like lesson day, but no reviews, or reviews and lesson days. So the lesson days are going to be the long days, and then we'll juggle these, and then reviews will be the short days, which we would juggle more than one thing. For now, today was a wee bit too long. Yeah, we'll take a rest. I'll probably do some practice on my own on preparing for these reviews. So the thing that's holding me back on these reviews is that at some point for both Duolingo, Japanese, and Chinese, I need adequate practice. Adequate practice on I want something divisible by 3. We're going to say adequate practice on 36 units for both Japanese and Chinese. So that means I need to recall and practice 36 constructs each. And these 36 constructs, ideally, I would like to separate them into 12 each. But now that I think about it, that's doing more. So we're gonna say the most that 100 days can cover is shy of 34 complete. So we'll say 34. And then the review is going to be split into 3 days, where I try to cover a big chunk of it. So it's about 30 minutes a construct, but if I can get it down to 15 minutes, I just say 10. That's a good fast number. I have like 2 or 3 hours each. If I have 3 hours, that's 18 units, right? 18 constructs. If it's 10 minutes each. So I'm looking at 16. No. We're looking at 14 on day 1. And that's all of it. That's all we're going to do. And on day 2, we're looking at another 14. And then day 3's review is going to be 28. That's 28 minus. That'll leave us with. Math is killing me. Oh, okay, wait. At least 6, right? And then that time liberated from the last 8 units is when I do my opinion piece, right? Like address things like thoughts, some Q&A stuff that I want to note to myself, maybe like methods, maybe some things I want to change up. I have to collect my thoughts on those too. So in the next 9 days, I have to plan this. We have to review 34 constructs, and I'm using any amount of time I can liberate from these two to practice those. And then we're going to go back to resuming the Japanese course, right? The Japanese course. We're getting close to section 4. And then the Chinese course is going to end up being a short time investment because it's practice. So we do whatever practice we can with the Chinese course. I haven't decided how I'm going to determine when to stop with the Chinese course. Inevitably, once I finish this review, technically, we can drop it for maintenance. We can kind of like lump it together with the end of Japanese by doing the personalized practices. There's no actual new content left in the Chinese course. So 14, 10 minutes each. I need my calculator here. So if it was 15 minutes each, it's more reasonable. That's 210 minutes. 3.5 hours. That sounds reasonable. So 3.5 hours, 3.5 hours. Then you liberate half of that. So it gives me an hour and a half on day 3 to talk about anything else. Okay. Crazy. Crazy. Lots of planning involved. And of course, I'm going to take an early leave today, largely because it'll give me time to amass all these constructs. I'm basically practicing on my off time now, which I typically do. I find as much time to practice, but I won't be like speaking or talking or recording anything. Yes, it does go a lot faster. That's kind of one of the compromises. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll definitely be able to squeeze in the session, actually. Yeah. I think right now Japanese is at 303 and Chinese is at 199. No, it's at 200. So we can do it at any time, really. Gotta feel it out. It's a tough transition period, but slow and steady, right? All right, folks, that's a wrap for HanziHero. We're gonna thanks, creative. We're gonna cut the Duolingo Japanese portion today, largely because I wanted to give a solid 2 or 3 hours. I think tomorrow we'll be able to add that session and go from there. Fill it out. As always, thanks for hanging out. If you're just chilling and listening and following along, today's session of HanziHero is a bit of a mixed bag because I have a lot of question marks. I've written a couple notes on like Shen, and Yuan, as opposed to Shun and Yun. So that's a weird one. And how they're gonna figure out how to introduce the alternative finals, because there are slight changes in alternative finals. Otherwise, you fill it out by hearing it enough. There are certain ones, but I already gotten used to it. I'm just curious if they're going to mention it, like the difference between yeah, right, yeah, and then suddenly it becomes duh, as opposed to yeah and yeah, right? What happened to yeah as opposed to yeah, right? And the examples they have are lumped under one, but I think they're separating sort of, because they introduced the ending, right, the final, or but examples had and and I mean, wait, yeah and right, and as examples of so I have no idea how they're going to distinguish between those two. It will be interesting to see what they come up with, if they come up with anything. I don't think it's a deal breaker. The audio, I think, is still on point, right? So it's my inexperience with Shen, and Yuan, but I thought it was Shen. Oh no, Shen. They went with Shen, and Yuan, and the only example I have is Shin and Yun, so I gotta figure that out myself on the homework thing. Alright, if you're gonna watch this later, 谢谢. And as always, right, until next time, 下次见, right? Stay safe, stay healthy, keep those brains moving along, a little bit at a time. Language learning is a lifelong pursuit. You know, it's a journey. Yeah. Take care. Best of luck, and I'll be back tomorrow. So, see you then. Bye bye now.